Hi, this is Dao Chai. Okay, let's look at SAP S4 HANA invoicing. Let's start off with a little inspiration by Leonardo da Vinci. I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Be willing is not enough. We must do. I like that quote. Okay, so there are three major ways to post invoices in SAP S4 HANA. So one is directly in financial accounting without integration with other components, through purchasing integrated with financial accounting, and then through sales and distribution integrated with financial accounting. In all cases, the information is similar, but with the integration, you enter fewer additional details directly in the financial accounting journal entry because these come ready from purchase orders and sales orders. For the financial accounting journal entry, you first select the company code and then maintain the following detail. So this documents, invoice, date and posting date, amount and currency, uh, tax code, and whether the tax amount is calculated automatically. Reference, usually the invoice number, and short explanation text. When using apps for entering outgoing or incoming invoice, you get information about the customer or suppliers entered directly on the header section of the screen. You'll see the most basic address and bank information and can branch directly to the master records as well. You also can open reports directly from the open item of the customer supplier. So right here is manual invoice, financial accounting. So after filling in the customer or supplier's account information and any other fields marked as required, you could check the payment detail tab. Here you see the chosen payment terms as well as calculate baseline due date. The system will also display the detail or panel discount or the planned discount according to the chosen payment method. You can also change these detail definition manually on the line item. You can directly enter a cash discount, the relevant payment method, payment currency, and amount in said currency, and your house bank detail. Another potentially important entry field is the payment block reason. So on the invoice entry screen, you have options to display a side tree with input help for entry. You can select from 3 trees of objectives. Account assignment template, held documents. Okay, but the one shown here is the screen variant for item. For the line item of the invoice, you select the relevant expense or revenues. For account payable, it'll be expense accounts, and then you must enter a controlling account assignment when entering the line item for the expense or revenue. There is an overwhelming number of accounts, assignment, and field to select for entries. Because of this, you can define screen variants for the display field to help the user make the choice relevant to the entry. There's a few standard variants delivered by SAP, and you could create your own as well using transaction SHD0. That's a transaction variant. Um, let's look over account assignment real quick. The account assignment template act as a pre-filled documents. When you save a template, a general ledger account line item enters are saved without the amount. Templates makes sense for recurring expense without a flex periodicity, a fixed periodicity. Account assignments templates are personal but default. However, you can also create global templates by starting their name definition with a /. So held documents are useful. For example, you may be distracted by some urgent matters, and you need to ask someone something about posting while entering a document. You could save the document as a held document. This ensures that you won't lose the data you entered up to that point. You could retrieve documents to complete and post them from a held document folder in the tree. Only the user that creates the held document can see and retrieve the document to continue working on it. Unlike the document part, a held document don't receive a document number. So here, in addition to the option in the tree, there are other features that can speed up document entry. You could enter value for the parameter ID in the user maintenance under parameter tab. The system default the parameter ID when a relevant application screen. The value defined in the parameter ID field works for many applications and reports. The figure here shows the without SAP Fiori way of finding and maintaining parameters. So we look at one. Find the field you want to default. Example, company code. We look at one and select F1, help. Then we go to 2. In the pop-up screen, select the technical detail button, 2. And then 3, in the new pop-up screen, find the parameter ID field, right? Then go to the user maintenance transaction. That's transaction SU01 under the parameter tab, and enter the set/get parameter ID and the parameter value for you want to default for the selected user and user use the maintenance. So user profile screen transaction SU3 to enter parameter in the same way, but only for the user they log on as. So SAP Fiori Launchpad user setting default value. So with SAP Fiori, it's much easier to maintain the parameter ID for the end user. In fact, it's transparent that the user is maintaining a parameter ID in the user setting under the default value. A list of field per component is displayed. The user can set a single value here, or where it makes sense, more than one value as a default. Using the additional value option, so setting multiple values or ranges of values makes more sense for reporting. So you guys could take a look at that. So right here is the account editing option. Right, so accessing the account editing option screen gives the user a lot of control over many posting parameters for documents entry and document display. There are too many detail options to go over, but you can see the available selections. So here is probably where we're gonna do most of our work. So it's this is an integrated invoice posting for from purchasing, right? So the standard screen for posting purchasing invoice verification is like the screen for posting ingoing and outgoing invoices. When building the line item, you enter the purchase order reference, and here you can reference a purchase order. When you reference a document, the line item are transferred with the relevant account assignment. You can confirm the entry as they are from the purchase order if correct, or change them to match the actual invoice if they are different. Right here is billing documents and generating accounting documents. So a billing documents can be an order related invoice, delivery related invoice, credit memo, or one of many other types. A billing document is open until it's posted to financial accounting. Many of the sales and distribution fields value are transferred to the Universal Journal to the accounting base COPA character. These values can then be analyzed in financial accounting and controlling reporting. So creating supply invoice app. So in the latest release of SAP S4HANA, the creating supply invoice app offer the same input field in a more streamlined fairy look, and also incorporates notes and attachment more organically. So this is how you guys are gonna be, how it's gonna look like, how the new app's gonna look like for creating supplier invoice. Okay, thank you.